Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me. It's great to be here at this anniversary event. Thank you to Dame Elizabeth Corley and to Sarah, both of whom I've enjoyed speaking to over recent days. But I just wanted to make a few remarks. First of all, congratulate the Institute and all of you for everything you've achieved in your first 12 months. But also just to make three quick remarks before I hand over to the Minister to speak in more detail. I wanted to make 3 points. The first of which is just to represent the Prime Minister's passion about the ESG agenda, and specifically the work that we're all now doing to combat climate change. You'll have seen his 10-point plan he launched several days ago. And this, of course, comes at a time when we are working towards hosting COP next November, which is a tremendous honour for the UK, and as an opportunity for global diplomacy and for global solidarity and working against climate change. Obviously, the recent election of President Biden has injected tremendous energy into this event. But it's also an opportunity from our point of view and from the Prime Minister's point of view to showcase the UK's leadership and the extraordinary ecosystem we have around sustainability, and whether it's ESG regulation being written in London to wind turbine manufacture soon to take place in the northeast, the production, we hope, of sustainable aviation fuels. There's just so much going on. And you may have noticed that Andrew Griffith, MP, has recently been appointed the UK's net zero business champion to work with business to pursue this agenda. Second point, in the Prime Minister's 10-point plan, you'll have seen that there was a strong focus on green finance. And frankly, this government wants London to be the engine for building back greener, both in the UK and around the world. A previous speaker, Mark Carney, has clearly played a very important leadership role, both in the UK and around the world, on this subject. And I heard him speak recently at the Global Horizons Summit, which was a fantastically strong event co-organised by the Corporation of London and the Green Finance Institute, two organisations I know you work closely with, and are good examples of this ecosystem that you're all a leading part of. And at that summit, the Chancellor announced the UK's first green gilt. And I think expect more of this, and more of this lead from government, and this leaning in from government to working with the private sector to unlock sustainable finance and to progress this agenda. There's a real culture change across government, and an embrace of this sustainable agenda, which is wholehearted, and Minister Opperman, I'm sure we'll talk a bit more about it in vis-a-vis pensions shortly. My final point is that the PM also framed the 10-point plan as part of a green industrial revolution. And I think that we all know, and what's so exciting about this programme is it's not just about transitioning to a more sustainable economic model. It's also about creating new jobs, new skills, new prosperity in parts of the UK that have felt left behind over recent decades. So we also see it as absolutely integral to the levelling up agenda. And of course, this levelling up agenda can only be enabled by impact investment and by the city and by the financial services community. So we feel that this, there is a UK economic ecosystem that's very, very closely interconnected, and there's a clear link between what is happening at this kind of event and what will be enabled over the coming years in terms of helping to level up other parts of the UK. This is also a uniquely unifying mission, I think, that pulls everyone together, and that is also makes it extremely attractive. And my last point is from a UK government point of view, there's also a very strong commitment to nature restoration as part of this. Again, another part of the Prime Minister's 10-point plan, and many businesses are coming forward to sponsor ongoing programs of nature restoration. Severn Trent, I know, made some announcements today. And I think that that's, again, a very a bright spot, as the previous speaker mentioned, in terms of this isn't the byproducts of this impact investment will be highly visible. They will literally improve our landscapes, and they're profound in that way for our mental well-being, for our sense of place. And so, there is a rich human dividend in this, and so I think it's a fantastic example of the power of impact investment. Thank you.